Welcome to the Angel Mystic Podcast. I am super excited you are listening because this is where spiritually open minds can come together to explore the wonders of angels, spiritual connections, and the art of manifesting. Hosted by me, Amanda Tooke, the Angel Mystic, your spiritual midwife to help you on your journey to a fulfilling and happy life. You may have seen me on ITV, Channel 4, or even in Fate and Fortune magazine. In each episode, we will delve into the mystical world of angels, offering you insights, guidance, practical tools to deepen your connection with the upstairs so that you can find inner peace, happiness, joy, and create the life that you want. Tune in for weekly, fun conversations, transformational insights that will elevate your spiritual journey and awaken your inner mystic. Please hit subscribe now as we embark on a transformational adventure with the Angel Mystic Podcast. Hello, it's another podcast, the Angel Mystic Podcast. Today on the podcast, we are talking about whether it's best to have a vision board or a crystal grid, which is the best way to help you manifest. So let's make a start. And first things first, it's that time of year when we all are thinking about what lies ahead for 2026. And you might be thinking, do I need a crystal grid? Do I need a vision board? But what you do need before any of all of that, you need a goal setting session. And that's what we're doing if you're part of Spiritual Versity on the 5th of January at 7 o'clock. It's all in the show notes, but if you're not a member, get yourself to be a member now. It's £20 for the whole year, and you will get invited in to the goal setting session. It's live, or you can do it replay. We also do it in the middle of the year as well. So this membership gives you a whole 12 months in Spiritual Versity, where we do 2 goal settings. You get a welcome bundle. You can learn to ground and protect. You can work out what your angel signs mean with the angel sign decoder, and you also get to learn how to do a crystal grid. So let's talk today about whether a crystal grid or a vision board is best for manifesting. As I hear this question all the time, and as a person that's been consciously manifesting for, well, over 20 years now, which makes me feel very old, I've used both in the past, a crystal grid and a vision board, and they're both really powerful tools. Whether you use one, whether you use the other, they both can work. They both help you align the energy with what you want. They work in slightly different ways, crystal grids to vision boards, and understand the difference can help you decide which is the best one for you to work with, especially, as we're drawing the line under the sand, if you like, and we're thinking about 2026 and all we desire for that. Because this podcast will be coming to you on the 26th of December, but it is actually, with the angelic guidance that comes on the end, is the 29th to the 4th of January. So it is that time of year when we are thinking about what lies ahead and what we want and what our desires. And goodness knows if you are still doing New Year's resolutions, well, they don't work. They don't work. You need to set intentions instead. And vision boards and crystal grids all are part of that, really. So a vision board is not a cutting and sticking exercise. It's where you create something that you can have on your wall or propped up and you can look at. And it's a representation of all your goals, all your desires. You could do it for the whole of your life. It can have images, it can have words, it can have symbols on there, anything that represents what you want to create. And it literally puts those images in front of you, and you need to look at it every day for it to work. Now, we all manifest differently. Some of us like to look at pictures. Some of us need that help. Some of us are really good at visualizing already. Some of us prefer to write things down. We are all different. So the magic of the vision board comes in the creation of it, because that creating of the board gives you focus, it gives you clarity. It's important that you do it and it feels good, not like, oh, gotta do my vision board. It's the beginning of the year. No, do one when you feel inspired to do one. Make it a special time to create one. Because every time you look at that board, you'll be picking up that energy of how you felt when you created it. And ultimately, you're wanting to remind your mind and your energy of what you want. Now, if you are in an environment where you want to hide your vision board, where you don't want it on full show, vision board might not be right for you. Because you need to be able to see it, you need to be able to look at it. But if you have got any sort of like bit of embarrassment of having it up, bit of shame, you don't want people to see what it is that you want, and that's a valid point, a vision board's not going to do you any good stuck in your cupboard, under your bed, or wherever else you might keep it. It is a visual person that needs a vision board, and your goals need to be quite specific on it. So it works well if you combine it with other things, with other daily rituals, with affirmations, with meditation as well. Whereas a crystal grid, and what I love about crystal grid, and I have done many, many vision boards, and I manifested a free cruise on the back of a vision board because everything fell off this vision board in a house move. There was only the cruise left on it. And I said to my children, I'm going to manifest us a holiday. And they said, what sort of holiday? And I went, a cruise. And lo and behold, I mean, I'm really shortening this story for just time reasons. I'm sure lots of you heard it before anyway. Lo and behold, 10 days later, my phone lit up with a message from a client who said, fancy a free cruise around the Canaries. And when we moved the booking from who was going into my name, it was a cabin for four, and I paid for my children to go, but my cruise was free. But if I'd been thinking about, oh, I want to go on a cruise, and I'd have to think about where I want to go, what time of year, what cruise liner, all of that. I didn't do any of that. I just set that intention. I did the vision board. Everything else fell off the vision board. The cruise stayed on the vision board, and it worked. So, vision boards have their place. But if you're not a person that, works that way, and also you can become blind to vision boards where you can have a vision board up every day and not look at it, not notice it. You've got to do more than just create it. You've also got to work with it as well. This is where I transitioned to do a crystal grid, and why I included that within Spiritual Versity, because I find Spiritual Versity's crystal grid guide such a really good way to help me manifest. This is crystals that you charge, they're chosen and they're placed with intention to amplify the energy of your desires. And each crystal has its own frequency and properties, and you pick crystals that are appropriate to that. If you're wanting to manifest love, you'll be picking a rose quartz one. And what I love most of all about a crystal grid, well, there's just loads of things coming to mind I love about a crystal grid, but the thing I love most of all is that it doesn't look out of place. So my crystal grid actually sits in my kitchen, and it's on the dresser. It's on what I call my altar. And I set it every new moon. I redo it, cleanse it, reset it. It has different crystals on each time, all appropriate to what I want to manifest. But anyone could look at that and they wouldn't know what was attached to those crystals. Nobody would know. They would not seeing those images. People can come in and out of my house and the crystal grid is still working. There's no me thinking, oh my goodness, now they're seeing that's what I want to manifest, or oh, they're seeing that I want to, manifest a new man, manifest a fitter, slimmer body, and then they'll start questioning me about it. They don't see any of that, because if you've got a crystal grid, it just looks like a nice little sort of pretty thing, and you could just say to them what it is if anyone asked. If you've got a vision board with all your images and your words all stuck up there, they'll start questioning about that. And then if they start questioning you about your pictures and your words and like, oh, why do you want that? Or have you not got that already? Or and all of that can affect your energy. Crystal grid doesn't do that. And crystal grids work on vibrational energy. They don't rely on your conscious, focused energy as much as a vision board does. They support you, they align with you. They're just pretty magical, to be honest. There isn't one better than the other, but there is one better for you than another. They're like two things that work the same way, but you will work better with one over the other. And we're all different. That's a fact. So it depends on your style, your intentions, what feels aligned for you. What I also feel about crystal grids, I'm going a little bit backwards here now, but you know, certain crystals as well can clear blocks that you've got and enhance energy flow. So that's something to consider as well. But if you do a vision board, you're going to need clarity. You're going to need conscious focus on it so that you can align your energy to your goals. If you decide to do a crystal grid, you still have to set it correctly, but it can just make you smile each time you sit and look at it, and you're like, yeah, I know what that means. I just personally prefer it. And there's nothing to stop you having both. The key in all of this is intention. These are tools, and you use the tool that's right for the job. What matters is how you feel, because that's how we manifest. So, which is the best for you? And I'd love to know to keep your energy in alignment with what you want. And you could play around with this. You could have a bit of an experiment with this if you wanted. So you could decide on a single intention that you want to manifest and create a small vision board for it. And you could also then choose two or three crystals that resonate with that energy of that intention. You know, it could be clarity, it could be healing, it could be love. And you could place those crystals around the vision of the image of that vision board, get it all together and put the crystals around it, do a little mini one. See what works for you. But I do hope that this has given you some inspiration to go and be a little bit creative. And do you know what? Play around with this. Crystals are awesome. Crystals, I have a house full of crystals. I love them. But, you might not be into crystals, so a vision board might work better for you. Do what's right for you. But do know that these are great tools to help you manifest what it is that you want. So play around with them, work it out, and come to the goal setting on, well, the 5th, not long now, because this is the guidance I'm giving you with angelic guidance this week. This is the 29th to the 4th. So it's the day before. The day before we have the goal setting. This is the angelic guidance running up to. And and if you're on the fence, this is what you should do. It's going to help you make your decision. I do love how accurate these cards are. Last week's really got me. This week's getting me as well. So here we go. This is angelic guidance for the week ahead. And of course, you can find all about in the show notes, all about the goal setting event and also the planner that's on Amazon. This is the Monday. This is all about release. So the weekend before this, we were talking about your fears and your blocks and things standing in your way. This is all about just letting it go. Just angels, take this and sort it for me. Surrender it. Focus on the outcome that you want. Imagine whatever you're fretting over being released and going up like balloons in the air. And then on Tuesday, we've got the safety card. So make sure you're grounding and protecting. If you don't know how to do that, there is a whole guide and a downloaded meditation you can listen to each morning in Spiritual Versity. But make sure that you are grounding and protection because it feels like other people's comments are affecting your energy. So do watch out for that. Don't allow that to happen. Don't allow yourself to get taken off track. And Wednesday comes with a decision for you to make. It's something that you've been sat on the fence for way too long. And do you know what sitting on the fence is? It's uncomfortable. You're neither here, you're neither there. But as I've said before, the angels always say there's no wrong decisions in life. You either get what you think you're going to get or you get what you need in terms of lessons and learnings. So don't fret about that decision, just let it go. Just jump off that fence and do what feels right and allow life to unfold the way that it does, because all you're doing at the moment is leaving yourself stuck. The love card comes in for Thursday. This is really about loving your life. I feel like that needs to be cranked up to, you know, the highest setting possible. Loving your life because this is the life that you've got right now. And if you're not happy in your now, know that you can change your future. But focus on what you've got. Use more gratitude to help you. Be more grateful for what you've got and love your life. Do things that light you up. Do things that just make you feel really happy. I feel like for 2026, joy should be the theme and doing things that bring joy for you. So that might be a list that you want to write of intentions, of things that you want to experience, things you want to do, things you want to see in 2026. Happiness is the card for Friday. It sort of does link with the love card and doing what you love because you've just got to do what makes you happy. And that means it might not make other people happy, but that's okay because your happiness is your responsibility. It does not come from other people. They can, give it a Brucey bonus, but ultimately it has to come from you. So what are you going to do to make yourself happy? And as we move into the weekend, these cards are literally telling a story as they're saying goodbye to 2025 and hello to 2026 because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday was the decision card, which is the last day of 2025. You've got to make that decision, what you're taking forward and what you're not, and then do things that you love, do things that you're happy. These are all 2026, and leave the issues of other people behind. Just don't get drawn into things that do not concern you. Check in, is this an energy leak or is this something I need to be involved in? Because it feels like you really need to cut some cords around all of that. So the last card of the week, Sunday. Sunday is the yes card. And if you're thinking, should I join the goal setting tomorrow on Monday, 5th of January at 7 o'clock? Yes, you should. Here's the answer. It doesn't get much clearer than that. You can join live, you can join the replay. It's all happening on Zoom. But yes, you should absolutely join us. You can't make this up. I seriously pull these cards in this very moment and you cannot make this up. That's it. Happy 2026, everybody. Let's have an awesome year. I'll see you next time. Bye for now. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If so, please hit follow and share my message by sharing with your friends. It would be amazing if you can leave a review. All this will help and it activates the universal law of the more you give, the more you receive. So it's a win-win. You can find more good stuff between episodes over on social media Just search The Angel Mystic on Facebook, Instagram or TikTok, or check out the links in the show notes. I'd love for you to connect more over in my free group in Abundance Manifesting, all on Facebook. Hope to see you there.